Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So recently I feel like a lot of the videos I've been making have been centered around certain themes and I've been kind of getting burnt out because of that. So I thought, why don't I do some reading diaries video where I can just show you guys what I read on a weekly basis, show you guys my daily life, and this also gives me a little more freedom just to pick and choose what books I want to read and hopefully get them off my TBR. The first thing that I did today was apply a hair mask, and this is made out of coconut oil, castor oil and rosemary, and if you know these ingredients, you know that it's very good to help nourish and strengthen your hair. And recently, because I've been curling my hair a lot and using heat, I just want to help it be a little bit more healthy. This may be a bad thing, right? But there is this guy named Maddox, and he's like, I don't really know, he's like the prince of the poison garden or something like that, which is a garden that you enter and there's basically a bunch of poison and then people go crazy and they, die obviously. And once you enter that garden, you cannot leave. And then we have Alyssa, who is like a duchess, and in this world there's basically a, I guess, virus that's spreading around and it's killing a bunch of people and they're trying to find a cure, right? So she goes into this garden to find a cure. I don't really know why. I don't know if this is gonna work out, but I kind of ship Maddox and Alyssa together. Even though at first I was kind of like, who is this guy? He seems scary, but now that I'm reading about them, I'm like, they could be kind of cute together. I literally look like a boiled egg right now, but I knew it. I can see it happening. So it is after lunch, and after lunch is when I get the most productive, because literally beforehand I don't want to do anything, and after dinner I also don't want to do anything. So this is where I do most of my work. The goals for today is I want to do one of my required readings for one of my classes. The other class, I literally don't do the required reading. I just attend the lecture and then that's it. I want to work on my assignment just to do a little bit of research, and then I want to pack some orders for my small business, and then after that I will take a break and read my book because I will probably get really tired after doing all that stuff. At this point I do mostly everything on my iPad, because I don't know, my MacBook is like so messed up. I'm not even bothered to use it because half the time the battery either runs out or it gets really heated and then the fans start going and then it's so noisy and then it's very complicated. I literally filmed a whole video just then talking about all the books that I read in March, and because of that my camera's charging, which is why I'm filming this on my phone. I just finished doing my required reading. I'm only doing one. I have 3. I'm only doing 1. The required reading was pretty interesting because it's basically about the commodification of the criminal corpse and kind of like how after like a very famous, I guess, serial killer or something passes away, there is this commodification of his kind of identity. You know how when we hear about like Ted Bundy, how all of a sudden because he's a murderer, I don't know, people suddenly think that he's attractive even though you know all the horrible things that he's did. It's kind of like that. But in this article we're mainly talking about Charles Manson and the girl that he was gonna get married to, and how she wanted to take his corpse and like present it in a museum or something. I think that's what it was about. So right now I'm going to be working on my small business a little bit. I think I'm just going to pack orders and then I work on my assignment after this, just to take a little break while still being productive. I'm going to watch some YouTube. It's probably gonna be really fast since I only have 3 orders to pack. I packed one order, which was a Good Girls Guide to Magnetic bookmarks, but now I have 2 more bookmarks to pack, which are these 2. These I would say are like my most popular bookmarks. In my opinion, they're extremely pretty, so I'm glad that people like them. But this one is basically a strawberry bookmark. It just looks like this. So this is basically my Heaven's Official Blessing book, okay? This is how the bookmark works. Book page, you obviously just like pop it in like a regular bookmark, and this is what it looks like. So it just hands off and it's like a charm. This bookmark was actually bought for the first time. Like, this is the first time someone has bought this bookmark, which is very exciting to me because some of the bookmarks, they are not super popular, so they don't get a lot of like orders. I'm happy whenever someone buys a bookmark that is not like super popular because it gives them a little chance to shine. But this one is like, I call it Moonlight Starlight. It looks like this. It's really pretty. I don't really know if it's focusing well, but yeah, that's what it looks like. The quality is like so bad. I finished packing my orders and at this point I like kind of give up. I want to relax, I want to take a break, I want to like munch on some food. I don't really know. After I do 2 things, I like don't want to do anything else. I think I would just, I'm gonna read my book for a little while. If I feel motivated enough, I will work on my assignment. But in the end, it's like due on the 24th of April, which is still pretty fast. So I don't need to really work on it. I'm just doing it because I feel stressed and I want to be ahead of the game. I'm sick. I could feel it coming yesterday, but then all of a sudden it hit last night, and I ended up taking a nap at like, not a nap. Okay, I took a nap at like 6, I think. And then I went to sleep at 8, but unfortunately I just laid there in bed for 2 hours, and then I like got up, went on my phone for an hour, and then went back to sleep actually. So I don't know. I'm thinking of working on my assignment a little bit because all I need to do is some research, but at the same time I'm not really feeling it. My nose is blocked, I'm like coughing, my head hurts. I just want to lay in my bed and kind of just like relax and recover a little bit. I did read a little bit last night and this morning. I wanted to finish it last night, but I couldn't. My like head hurted so much I couldn't focus. I am really close to finishing it though. I have 17 minutes left to read, so I'll update you guys after I finish reading it. I finished reading Underland, which was kind of a struggle because I'm so tired. I want to take a nap, but I feel like I would have enjoyed this book if I was a lot younger because I really liked the first book. But this book didn't really live up to my expectations, which is obviously just like my fault because I think since I loved the first book so much, I kind of expected to love this one as well. But obviously I feel like this is more of like a middle grades books. There's not that much to it. There's this whole quest which was really interesting to read. However, it just felt really easy. The main reason why I was so wanted to read this book was mainly because of the romance between Maddox and Alyssa, because their romance, their chemistry was so good. I would say Pete and Gwen, I don't remember how they got together, but Pete in this book, literally he had so much anger issues and their relationship was just kind of weird. Like I did not like it. My plan next is to read 5% of Chan Jin Ju, which I read this book last year. It's one of my favorite books, but it's a really thick book as well, so I kind of wanted to reread it slowly. I don't know, I just had such an intense desire, and then I decided, you know what, I will read it. Rereading it this time though, I have a whole video about me reading this by the way, but rereading it again has been super interesting because I love seeing the development of the relationship and the personalities in the beginning and how they change. And I've been highlighting a lot of quotes, a lot of scenes, because I just want to look back and read all my favorite scenes. After I read that 5%, I want to start reading The Apothecary Diaries Volume 5 because I'm also filming a video reading this series. I finished reading Volume 4, which was so good, and I'm really excited to start reading Volume 5. I'm supposed to go to uni tomorrow. No, today. I was supposed to go to uni today, but I decided not to go anymore because I was still feeling sick. Yesterday, I literally did nothing because the whole entire time my head was so painful, so I just ended up taking a nap for like a 2-hour nap. Felt like the whole day, and then I just like sat in bed. Today I did read a little bit of The Apothecary Diaries. It's a pretty short book, so I feel like I'll be able to finish it today, especially because I'm already almost there and I'm really enjoying it, so I feel like I can read it a lot quicker. I think after Volume 4, this book doesn't really have that much going on, but it's still pretty interesting, so I'm excited to read Volume 6 today. It's like 4 o'clock and now I'm like, I gotta do some work. So let's be honest, I'm not going to do that much. I want to edit a video, like half edit it, and then I want to work a little bit more on my assignment just so that I feel motivated, and then obviously I want to read my book. So I kind of wanted to show you guys how I edit my video. I do everything on my iPad just because it's a lot more simple and easier for me to edit on my iPad, especially because, as I mentioned before, my MacBook is so messed up. But the app that I've been using since the start of my YouTube channel is this app called Vllo, or VLLO, and it's a great app. They have a subscription because there are some features that are locked, but I just decided to buy the whole thing, the one-time thing, because I really like the app. It is probably the one that I'm going to be using for a really long time. It works like any other app and it's very simple and easy to use. I know that there's like CapCut and other apps, but I don't know, I prefer this. I've been using it for a really long time. I'm comfortable with it. So the video that I'm currently editing is my March wrap-up, which is what I filmed on Tuesday. It's a 20-minute video and I talk about all the books that I read in March. This video will probably be uploaded after the March wrap-up, but this is basically how I edit everything. It's a lot different from when I edit vlogs, for example this one. because this is just a sit down video, it's very monotonous in a way. It's very straight, which is kind of why I don't like doing these sit down videos. But if you guys want more wrap ups or TBR, let me know and I will do some more in the future. After I edited a bit of that, I decided to take a little break, and then I wanted to eat this almond croissant because my mom bought it and she left me half of it, but I was eating it and it did not taste good. Almond croissants are really good, okay, but this one had a weird jam inside it, and I think you could tell from my facial expression I was eating it and I was like, something about this is not right. But I was also reading my book while eating this as well. I ended up finishing it anyways because we do not waste food in this household. I finished reading The Apothecary Diaries Volume 5, which I really enjoyed. So I'm gonna be reading Volume 6 later after I read this book. Right now I'm reading a book called This Time It's Real by Anne Leanne. I read one of her books before, which is called If You Could See the Sun, and I think that this author writes rivals to lovers kind of books, and she advertises them as like Chinese dramas that is obviously written as a book. I read one of hers, really enjoyed it, and she has quite a few out right now, so I really want to read them. I finished reading This Time It's Real last night, which I read this book in 2 hours. I read it before I went to sleep. I really enjoyed it. It was such a fast read, and I love the chemistry between the two characters and how we can see through her point of view how he slowly is falling in love with her. Just a little hints, okay, the subtle signs. However, something that really irks me about romance books is that they always end it when they officially get together. The moment that they get together, they just love cutting the story. And it's so upsetting because reading them kind of struggle with their feelings and whether or not they actually like each other. I love seeing a relationship develop, but I really want more scenes of them together at the very end rather than just the whole relationship developing. I want cute scenes. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So I went to this cafe which had a really nice vibe, and we kind of stayed here for a while to study and just do some work. The dessert in this place was so good. I bought this yuzu crusher, whatever it's called. That drink was not that nice because it kind of tasted like water, but the waffles and the lemon meringue tasted so good. I would definitely come back and eat it again. It's very sugary though, and the lemon meringue kind of had too much meringue, but it was still really good. Also, it was quite small for how much it costed, but it was nice. I actually ended up working on my assignment a lot during this time because there's something about going to a cafe that makes me extremely productive. So I did quite a lot of research, which I was really happy about because finally I was actually doing some work, and I also started working on another assignment that I have due in May, and this one is a site analysis, so we kind of have to go to a place and take in our surroundings, which is kind of what I was doing in this cafe. But yeah, it was really nice to just sit down, eat, and do some work. So, I've been editing this video and it's literally an hour. An hour! I don't even know how it's that long. I've never edited a video this long before, so I don't know how long this video is gonna be. This is the last day that I'm filming this video though, because I'm doing a lot of the same things and I feel like it's getting really repetitive, but I wanted to give you guys my last updates of the books that I've been reading. I finished reading The Apothecary Diaries Volume 6, which I really enjoyed. I love how we got more of the background stories of certain characters and how we are getting introduced to kind of new mysteries. I like the progression of other characters' relationship as well, and even though, to be honest, the series kind of feels like the same thing, I am excited to get more into it and hopefully learn more about the political themes and the revelations of that. And I started reading this book called I Love You So Mochi, which this title and the cover is so cute. I've been wanting to read this book for a while and I was in the mood for a light romance book that was easy to read, which is why I basically chose this book. I haven't read that much, so I am hoping that I will like it as I read a little bit more. But that's basically it for this video. Thank you guys for coming along with me in my daily weekly life. I will probably do more of these videos in the future, but I will focus more on the books that I'm reading rather than me just showing you what I do in a week.